What a man may find, if he was to take a step back and reflect on his life, is that he doesn't have a very positive view of women. He could see that he largely sees them as people who are against him and want to cause him problems. As a result of this, he could do his best to keep his distance and only spend time with them when he has to. Along with this, if he ever experiences the desire for female company, he could see this as a time when he needs to act in a calculated manner. When it comes to how he largely sees women, it is not going to be hard for him to find men who also have the same view. The only thing that he will need to do is to go onto a social media site. Once he is there, he is likely to soon come across a lot of men who are the same. This could be a time when there are a number of men who say, in one way or another, that women are not on their side. So, a number of men could say that women only want them for their money, and if a man gets married to a woman, she will soon leave him and take everything that she can. This could be backed up by the fact that these men have had this experience at least once. Additionally, some of them could talk about the men who have been falsely accused of rape and had their lives destroyed in the process. A woman is then not going to be a being who a man can open up to and love. She will be a being who needs to be kept at a distance and watched at all times. Now, it could be said that after viewing this type of information, it is to be expected that a man would develop a mistrust of women. This information is then going to be the problem and something that needs to be censored, if not banned. However, another way of looking at it would be to say that a deep sense of mistrust is already going to be there for a man like this, as well as others who express such views. And if he, along with these men, has had experiences where he has been taken advantage of, why wouldn't he be this way? When he thinks about the experiences that he has had with women, then, he could see that he has been with a number of women who have been anything but loving. These may have been women who were manipulative, lacked empathy, were withholding, and even physically and/or verbally abusive. Each time, the woman may have come across as charming and loving, but as time passed, she would have turned into a monster. Yet, although she would have changed, he might have not been able to cut his ties with her straight away. It might have been as though he was being dragged through hell and unable to do anything about what was going on. In some, if not all of the relationships that he has been in, he would have been undermined and soon felt totally exhausted. Furthermore, there is a chance that in each of these situations, he kept what was going on to himself and didn't tell anyone in his life. Shame and the fear of being humiliated and seen as being weak may have been behind this. Now, while he and other men can believe that this is what most, if not all, women are like, what if there is more to it? What if he continually meets women who are antagonistic and ends up with women like this because of what is taking place inside him? What if the experiences that he had during his early years with his own mother set him up to experience life in this way? If so, this could show that his mother was not very loving and deeply wounded him. This would have meant that his mother was anything but maternal and is likely to have lacked empathy warmth, and the ability to see him as a lovable and valuable human being who had needs and feelings. Throughout this stage of his life, he may have been verbally and physically abused and abandoned by her. The trouble is that as he was egocentric, he would have personalized what took place, which would have caused him to believe that there was something inherently wrong with him, and that if he behaved in the right way, he would finally be loved by her, as it would have been too painful for him to accept that his mother simply couldn't love him. Due to how he was treated, he would have experienced a lot of pain, and a number of his developmental needs wouldn't have been met. Many, many years will have passed since this key stage of his life, but he will still carry most, if not all, of the pain that he experienced and the unmet developmental needs that he had to repress. Consequently, he will unconsciously be pulled to women who are similar to his mother, so that he can finally be loved by his mother. Of course, these women are not his mother, and this stage of his life is over. But, thanks to unconsciously projecting his mother onto certain women who are likely to be deeply wounded, a big part of him will continue to struggle for the love that he missed out on all those years ago. For him to truly put the past behind him, he is likely to have a lot of pain to work through and unmet developmental needs to experience. So with that said, if you are a man in this position and you can see how your adult life is a replay of what took place when you were younger and how you were deprived of the love that you needed from your mother, and this has then caused you to unconsciously be drawn to women who are also wounded, who also can't love you, then, as I've said, you're likely to have pain to work through and unmet developmental needs to experience. And in order to do this, you may need to reach out for external support. But the main thing is that you don't suffer in silence and do what you need to do to gradually change your life, because you don't deserve to be mistreated. You deserve to be with a woman who can love you, who is kind, who is loving, who has empathy. This is what you deserve. So don't abandon yourself. If you would like to find out more about the services that I offer, please go to www.oliverjrcooper.co.uk or email me at info@oliverjrcooper.co.uk, and I'm looking forward to assisting you on your journey.